kind of sound? Three, two, one. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Music Matters. I'm your host, Harry, and this is Christy.
Hey.
We have a full house tonight for Arsenic Kitchen. Hey, guys. I'm so excited to have you here today.
Definitely.
Introduce yourselves and what you play.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm the vocalist for Arsenic Kitchen. And
he plays the voice. I'm Blake, and I play guitar for Arsenic Kitchen.
I'm Anthony, and I'm the bass player.
And I'm Jonathan, and I play drums.
All right. And we got a couple other visitors here, part of your team, and we got Texas Dan in the background also. And
our friend Elwood.
And our friend Elwood behind the kit, who joined, and we've had a few people in and out tonight.
It's been a good night.
It has been. And shout out to Olive Garden and Alan for sponsoring us tonight, giving us some yummy munchies for our little concert and podcast tonight with Arsenic Kitchen. That was good stuff, right?
There's lots of carbs.
Yeah.
We like 10 breadsticks.
Love it.
So guys, I've been a fan for a while. I kind of chased you guys down and convinced you to come over to the dark side and come here to Dallas. And I'm very grateful for you to be here. Tell me a little bit about Arsenic Kitchen. Like, where did the name come from? How did you guys get together?
that's Mr. Blake's question.
Arsenic Kitchen has been a project for a really long time. Just kind of like a side thing. I started it when I was about 18 to kind of escape from the cover band scene, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I was playing music with wanted to do covers, and they wanted to kind of keep going down that rabbit hole, and it pays well, but, you know, there was just not much of my heart that was in it anymore. And so I started Arsenic Kitchen with the bassist as like just a side thing, and it fizzled out pretty quick, but the name really has no special meaning or significance at all. I was high in a hammock. It was the first thing I blurted out, and we both decided that we liked it, and it just stuck, and it became just the name when he kind of left and went and did his own thing. It was just the name that I wrote all of my little extra things under when I was in other bands and when I kind of had to, you know, pursue other careers for a few years. And then when I met Lucas, I got to actually, you know, put more time and effort and love into it, because a lot of the stuff that I showed him from Arsenic Kitchen, he liked and was like, why don't we work on this? Why aren't we doing this? So yeah, that's kind of the origin.
Okay. There's no High in a Hammock song?
There's no High in a Hammock song. If we were a little bit more reggae, there might be a few.
Hell yeah. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday we'll have a regular.
GSS is the closest to High in a Hammock that you're going to get.
True.
That was the first song that you guys played tonight, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was also the first song I ever wrote for Arsenic Kitchen.
Okay. What is GSS?
GSS is a song about living life to the fullest. Kind of just saying, to hell with it, life's too short.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the person you like them, do the thing, go on the vacation, you know.
The experience.
If you, if you feel something, if you want something, life's too short to not do it.
And in a much more generalized version of explaining that too, because we did GSS, and we have GSS Part 2 that was originally on Quarantine soundtrack.
Yeah.
Back. And you told me GSS is getting the girl and GSS Part 2 is losing the
Yeah,
girl, right?
GSS is kind of the, you know, sort of a I'll do whatever I want attitude, you only live once sort of thing, and then GSS 2 is, you know, kind of sometimes the aftermath of what happens when you have that sort of
You got what you asked for?
hopeless romantic, you know, pursue things no matter what, put your all into everything. Sometimes it doesn't go so well,
Right.
but it's still worth it to do that because you can say you tried.
Does it stand for something? Or is that somebody's initials? Or
It
Stop and
does.
spit!
Gary's stinky shoes.
Yeah.
It does stand for something, but we've sworn that we're never going to tell anybody what it actually stands for, and everybody's always going to get a different version of it.
We were going to do the same thing with the name too, and people were like, what's Arsenic Kitchen? I mean, we might just do that.
What do you mean, what's Arsenic Kitchen? What are you talking about? It's a band.
So, yeah. Someday someone will figure out the true meaning, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a secret for only the people that have been here.
So
for
we'll
years.
ask the audience to come up with ideas
Yeah.
of what
if you have an
GSS.
idea of what
Yeah.
GSS means, please shout it out in the comments. Unless you actually know, then shut up.
Great sounding
Well-
soundtrack. I don't know.
During our first entrepreneurial experience, I knew if we lost everything when we opened our cafe, I'd rather have that than to hear him, when we're 80 years old saying, well, I woulda, I coulda, you wouldn't let me, woman, and I knew I didn't want that. So, yeah, I can relate.
I think it's much better to
Yeah.
regret taking the step than
Right.
it is to regret
not trying at
not
all.
doing
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And she's right. She did support on my crazy ideas. So anyway,
That's how the best things happen.
Yeah.
Succeeding is all about failing. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then people have to remember that. You're going to fail like 100, thousands of times before you ever really like nail it.
Nail
We
it,
love
yeah.
failing.
It's our
Yeah.
favorite thing.
That was actually in a movie called About Schmidt. I don't know if anybody's seen it, where the dude was like, I could have been on the cover of Forbes, but my wife wouldn't let me. I knew I didn't want to be there,
that was Jack Nicholson.
but
right?
yeah, and it was directed by Alexander Payne, who is one of my favorite directors. He directed Sideways, and he directs very real movies, and he only directs one like every 10 years. And when he does use local musicians and
Oh, that's
local
cool.
fire, local police. But y'all have a kind of a director that's influenced you too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent EP that we just put out was heavily inspired by a lot of Tim Burton films, and yeah, I mean, I think that we have kind of affinity for just like artsy, kind of dark, twisted kind of stuff that goes on screen and everything, and we were like, let's do something like that, but musically. And worked
Well,
out really
I've seen a lot of your video clips and their point of view. If Tim Burton had a cool alt rock underground band, and you've got the Edward Scissorhands imagery and all of that. How did that come about? Why Tim Burton? Why that viewpoint?
Oh God, I need more coffee. Oh goodness, it's 10:30 here. Well, so I was actually watching Beetlejuice one night because the second Beetlejuice was about to come out, and I needed to rewatch it to kind of, get back in the Halloween spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted Lucas and was like, we should call the EP. We were working on an EP. We knew we were writing something, but we were about to go on tour, and we had like 2 weeks of studio time booked, and we didn't know exactly what we were going to do. And I was like, why don't we call it Handbook for the Recently Deceased? And he was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And so we started writing based on like the idea of it being every song is telling a different story, but those stories are all a part of one greater story.
Okay,
And
that's
it's
cool.
essentially one big story, and then a bunch of different little
So
lessons.
different timeline or different character stories as part of the
different
bigger
arcs,
Yeah.
different lessons in
Mhm.
an overarching story, and that's essentially what the short film is too.
Okay.
Is basically this girl that falls in love with a guy, and some stuff happens, and she expires, goes into the afterlife, and kind of sees all of the stuff that goes on there, and each song is about a different sort of, If Only is kind of about mourning your life. If you had the chance to look back at your life after you've lived it, would you be happy, or would you regret everything and be sad that you didn't take more chances and more risks? That's always been a big theme in my life and my songwriting is,
Yeah, and
Very cool.
to emphasize too, like the Tim Burton inspired, I think a lot of people that have been really into like the project and everything, like I think they expect it to be like we're making songs based off of those movies. It's only inspired. It's like we wanted to kind of make our own. Like if we were to write a Tim Burton story, here's what we would do. Like the imagery and everything through this short film is most definitely like trying to mimic some stuff, but it's never trying to copy and like like we wanted to try and like kind of pay homage.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
I grew up with Tim Burton. He was a very special
Mm-hmm.
person in my life. all of his movies, Corpse Bride. I mean, James and the Giant Peach, even.
Yeah.
But, Edward Scissorhands and Sweeney Todd and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Everything Tim Burton, from like the very early animated stuff to the newer stuff. Just a
Sweeney
huge
Todd's
fan.
my favorite. That's what Fleet Street is based off of, by the way. If anyone's listening to the EP, Fleet Street is heavily inspired by Sweeney Todd.
There's a lot of references in there.
So, yeah.
I feel like he's quirky. I mean, he's dark, but he's quirky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool that you're kind of tapping into that, a little bit of that darkness, but quirkiness.
And the fan base of Tim Burton, like everyone that loves Tim Burton films are not afraid to show that off. You know, like I feel like it's almost like how people really get into stuff at like Comic-Con. People are not afraid to show their love for Tim Burton style stuff. So that's kind of like, we knew that we would have a crossover there for like the music and then the imagery too. So that worked out really well.
And the way that Danny Elfman, right? I mean, if you've ever seen a Tim Burton,
Oh,
movie, you know Danny Elfman scoring it.
Right.
And the way that he writes his soundtrack is very similar. Just we align a lot in the same way, you know, in the way that I like to write and the way that Lucas likes to write, with the way that Danny Elfman writes. So I feel like it's every aspect of it is really close to what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
How did how did you guys meet? How did you get together? So it was the two of you that started, right? Blake and
It's a fun story.
Yeah.
Lucas.
So Blake had whenever we first met, I didn't realize, that this was a project that he had started, and it kind of went on the back burner for a while. I was in a situation living with someone that was trying to be in the music scene a little bit, and things just kind of fell apart. But luckily, right around the same time that I was kind of falling out with this guy, Blake was looking for a singer for this project with the old bassist, and this was for a different band entirely at that point. It was something that was the bassist project.
High in a hammock.
And so he was looking for a singer, and they went on Craigslist of all places, even back in I think 2017, 2018.
Yeah, I think it was 2018.
Don't knock
Yeah.
Craigslist for finding people.
Right.
We found a shop through Craigslist.
That's so funny.
It's just hilarious because the last time I think I went on Craigslist was right after high school, and I was trying to find some car parts or something. But anyways, it was funny that I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is my roommate was like, "Hey, I'm having some guys come over tonight." And it was Blake and the old bassist, and they just sat and chatted with me for an hour because my roommate was gone doing something and just was late. So I got to chat with them for a while. And long story short, we tried to do a project together with all of us where I was doing electronic stuff and keyboards and all that, even though I had no idea what I was doing. And eventually that fell apart, and Blake was just kind of like, "Hey, do you know anyone that can sing?" And I was like, "I don't. I really don't. I've not really met anyone yet in the scene." And he was like, "Well, can you sing?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he was like, "Well, I've heard you sing to yourself a few times. You should try out." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So he sent over a song, and kind of behind my roommate's back at the time, I went and recorded a take of this audition and sent it to him. And he was like, "Yeah, you're in if you want to be in it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So
which is going to be the first song on the new album whenever it comes out.
Okay.
Yes. Do we want to say the name of it? Does it matter?
No.
Okay,
no.
yeah, we'll leave that. It's the first song on our debut album, and that's the one that I sang for Blake at first. So that'll be really special that it's the first song on the album too. Again, long story short, it just worked out that way. I told my roommate I'm going to move back in with my mom. Sorry, peace out. And then I moved right in with him. So it just worked out that way. But ever since then, 2020 came and went, and we wrote a lot of music during that. And then at that point, we hadn't played any live shows yet. We were just, writing stuff and trying to see what works. And it was also my first time really trying to do anything serious with singing. So I really needed to, get my chops up and get my, I guess I'm still not really over nervousness of being on stage. I don't think anyone ever really 100% is, but I played my first few shows with Blake, and eventually our drummer that we had playing live with us for a while was like, "Hey, I don't really know if I want to do this anymore, but I know someone that would fit you guys really well," and he introduced us to Jonathan. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris kind of connected both of us, I guess, because we were in a band with Chris.
True.
So yeah, I miss Chris, but yeah, I'm glad he found me. He found me through my social media. I've been posting videos on Instagram for a long time, and I just got a random DM one day from Chris, and he's like, "Hey, I'm leaving this band, and they need a drummer. Would you want to fill in for a couple shows?" And it's like, "Sure, I'll fill in." And I played a couple shows at I think the first one was at Yucca Tap Room back in Phoenix.
Something like that, yeah.
I think it was Yucca Tap Room. And then remember we did the Attic in Prescott, which
Tap Room.
The stairs.
Right,
Oh
the
my
stairs.
God.
I know that when I think that venue, it's just like the awful staircase we had to get up. And a couple others, but after a few shows, I'm like, okay, I like these guys. Like we melded, or it was a fit. I played in a lot of bands over the years. I've been playing drums for 10 years, and I played in a lot of different bands. But with these guys, it was just like an instant connection. It was like very quickly became really close friends, and I like the music we write a lot. So I don't know. That was like 4.5 years ago.
Yep. It's been a while now. It's crazy because, just a little bit ago, it felt like, I don't know, we were finally writing some new stuff with you, and now it's like everything that we do, we're all involved in, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
It's a good feeling.
So let's talk about that a little bit. I'm going to come back to the stairs in a second here, but let's talk about that. So what's the process for you guys? Who writes the melody? Who writes the lyrics? Or is it do you share? Does somebody do everything?
It kind of depends on the song. I think most of the time, like 90% of the time, Blake or Lucas will come up with an idea, whether it just starts as like a riff or a lyric, or sometimes they'll just have a night where they're just like feeling super inspired and they just write a whole song on one night. And then, but they'll send me the ideas, and I'll most of the time, just kind of putting my drum part over it. I mean, for a long time, to be honest, I was just kind of playing the songs that already existed, like Burn to the Ground and All Is Fair. Those were just the songs I first learned when I joined the band. And so I was just kind of playing the parts that someone else wrote. But it wasn't until recently. I think it was Bygones. That was the first song where I really got to write the part. Because, you kind of, both of you guys
I wrote that
started.
song in like 3 days.
Yeah, because you guys started that and you sent me the idea and you had like your own like MIDI drum part over it. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to do my own thing. And because of that, now it's like my favorite drum part because I got to like write that completely, and it's super proggy. I'm a big prog guy.
Okay.
So I had a fun time writing that part. And it all just kind of came together. And ever since then, we've been writing a bunch of new music together. Most of the time they will write the riffs, the lyrics, and then I'll put my parts over it or offer up my 2 cents if I want to like change things up. On this new album we got coming up, I actually got to write a few songs from scratch. It was all very collaborative, where they offer their thoughts, their lyrics, or riffs.
you got to put the meat and potatoes on a few songs.
Yeah.
Just like basically all we did was we stepped in and I did my lyrics and Blake did the guitar parts that he wrote.
It's the potatoes and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been really fun. I think for that reason, I've been really jiving with our new music a lot more, which I'm sad that we can't like show people yet.
I know, it kills me.
I know, because it's not going to come out for like a year or two. But
If you're lucky.
If you guys come to a show, you might get some sneak peeks because we do play some stuff every now and then.
Yeah.
In fact, come to the show.
Yeah.
In December.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm really excited for the world to hear our new stuff. I've been having a blast writing some stuff with these guys.
Yeah. The new stuff is awesome. But yeah, it's a pretty collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say touching on writing lyrics and stuff was also new to me, as well as like taking singing a little bit seriously and everything. Because, I mean,
So you didn't have any background in singing?
I mean, I sang a lot growing up. Like, there's been plenty of times like my mom would tell me growing up that like I would be in the backseat of the car and she would turn down the music a little bit just to hear me sing to the song that was playing on the radio or something. So like I sang to myself a lot, and I walked to and from school. Like at one point, it was a round trip of 8 miles to school, and I would just listen to music and sing to myself a lot.
8 miles.
8
Uphill
miles.
both
Wow.
ways.
Uphill both ways with a hole in both shoes.
Yeah, and it's like
in the snow. In
in the desert.
Arizona, so
Oh, yeah.
Worse
That's
that's
right.
so. But yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of like when I'm alone, and especially when I'm traveling. Like if I'm in the car, that's my happy place to sing to myself. It's just better that way. Don't know what it is. There's some magic there in a car, but I mean, before doing this and playing live specifically, I just kind of did what I thought was right. I mean, screaming and all that stuff is still like I'm still learning as I go.
Yeah, you've got a great voice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very lucky that in recent years I got a vocal coach who's been teaching me a lot of stuff, which is wonderful. Just because like I think I know what I'm doing, but then someone tells you like, no, this is what's happening. This is like, you know, the anatomy of your voice. Like, this is what's happening when you do this. And gave me like tips and tricks of like, hey, like maybe just relax a little bit because you're a little tense. And it's like just little things like that shoot the quality up so high. So very thankful for that. But yeah, this is the thing that kind of pushed me to be more professional with my singing. So.
The fact that you sought out a vocal coach just shows that you're humble and that you're willing to, you know, reach a higher goal. And
Well, I definitely sought stuff on YouTube because, you know, there's a lot of, especially like extreme vocals on YouTube. There's a lot of people teaching how to scream and how to do this, that, and the other. There's only so much that can, because like if you have someone that can hear you and give you real feedback, it's better that way. Because like, I mean, you think you might be doing something that they're talking about in the video, but unless someone's right there with you, they're not going to be able to really help you out as much.
I think that's true with any instrument. It's like there's something about taking lessons and having somebody who knows what they're doing actually like help guide you and mold what you do.
The guy that I work with works with a lot of like, you know, he doesn't ever tell me because he doesn't want to like, you know, kiss and tell about who he works with and stuff. But he's like, even these dudes that have been doing it for like 40 years still hire me to do just basic lessons and stuff because it's like, you know, if you fall out of practice sometimes, even if like you're playing all the time on stage, it's just like, it's not the same. Like it's nice to get back to fundamentals and just remind yourself like what the basics are, because at the end of the day, a little reminder, a little jog in your memory about certain things is a huge help. So yeah.
So you played with cover band. You did you play with cover bands too?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, did you guys play with cover bands?
Venture.
I've played with a couple of cover bands. I've been with every kind of band imaginable.
Okay. And Anthony?
No.
I've been with every kind of band.
No. So
Like
Anthony,
a slight
how
way.
did you get into this scene? You said you got introduced by Chris, but
Yeah, so I was in a band with Chris. I was the lead guitarist in that band.
okay.
And I think your guys' first show?
Yeah, we played
Our
with
very
you guys.
first show, a very drunk Chris came up to us. And was like,
You guys are so awesome, man.
No, it was the first time we went. We just went out to the venue that we were playing at a couple nights earlier to kind of check it out.
Yeah.
And they were there. And I remember
I think we were
their
playing.
lead singer being like, "You're missing the best band," as we were getting ready to leave.
Yeah. He
But
was the one that kind of ended that band. But
I think the first show that we played together was at
not Pop Rock.
the Den.
Oh yeah. Forgot
No.
about the Den.
The Den show.
Starlight?
Maybe it was Starlight.
It was either Starlight or the Den.
It was Starlight.
Starlight was Chris's first show with us. That's
Mm.
Oh no, yeah, it was
yeah.
But yeah, we played a few shows with them,
Yeah.
and then I think it was a few months after you left the band, we also had a bassist that quit and kind of just disappeared into nowhere.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I was like, "Do you know how to play bass?" And he was like, "I mean, I guess I can learn."
There's that story of it almost verbatim. Oh, you play guitar? Do you want to try bass?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
times have you heard that?
So
Time
many.
and time.
It's a rough thing to ask him because I know that like he's an amazing guitarist and it's like we would ask anyone else that wants to do this. In fact, we have a few friends back in Phoenix that would love to do like just a tour with us and stuff like that. But they got, you know, bands of their own or projects that they're just tied to. And Anthony, luckily, like for the past like 2.5, 3 years, it's just been like, all right, if you guys need someone, I'm always here and always ready to go. And that's like, you know,
I keep joking with him. He can start playing guitar when we find a bassist that actually sings for more than a few minutes.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, speaking of bassists, I've seen on some of your social medias you've got another woman who also plays with you.
Yeah.
Who's she?
Her name is London. She has a guitar building company
Okay.
called Copperhead
Okay.
in Phoenix, and that's like her main
Okay.
thing. She builds really nice guitars for artists like Steel Panther and Corey Feldman.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's kind of tied to Arizona.
Okay.
But the reason that she started playing with us in the first place is because she's part of the movie that we're filming.
I see.
She's our fictional bassist.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. Okay.
not the first time we've heard Corey Feldman. Another band that's playing on Sunday before y'all was talking about how he played with Corey Feldman.
That's cool. Corey's
Yeah.
a really good guy.
Yeah,
go meet him at
I've
NAMM
heard
this
that.
year, so
I've heard
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I've never heard of anybody that's had a bad experience with him, and I've never personally. He's always been very sweet. Yeah.
Besides,
Yeah.
who doesn't love all those 80s movies?
Yeah,
That's how I know
good.
him.
Well,
was
it was
that.
the
Years.
Corys,
It
Yeah.
took me years to
Feldman and Haim.
yeah to learn the difference between the two of them. Took me years to figure it out. But-
Oh man.
So I heard a little chit chat about whiskey.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask is whiskey is it the same as what we all heard about back in the day?
What have you
Or
heard about?
The
Is
whiskey
it-
a go-go.
Yeah,
you mean.
let's-
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Not the
is it-
drink.
Or is it
I mean,
more-
whiskey's pretty cool.
or has it
you know?
become more corporate? Or
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Like our experiences there have been pretty okay. It's like every show that we've played there has always been like oh my gosh, we get to play with these guys. Like of course it's going to be a fun time.
Right.
Like we got to play with Hinder and Saliva at one show. We played with Head PE and I can't remember.
We were a part of the little run that Head PE did because we played with them in
Yeah.
Phoenix too, and that was really fun.
So that was awesome.
We almost played there with vampire stabbing, vampire something.
What?
Scary vampires, whatever.
Scary-
There's something vampire.
I don't know what you're talking
Scary vampires or something like that.
You're
I
talking
can't
about like
remember.
3 different bands right now.
No, you know what I'm talking about. The vampire band that we were going to play with. The show got canceled.
Is
I can't
vampire
remember.
their name, or are they actually vampires?
No, it was vampires in their name.
I can't remember.
Anyway, we were going to play. We had sound checked and set up, and everything was like ready to go. And it was when the fires were happening in LA, and
Oh.
it was like coming over the hill
That was fun.
as we were
No, it wasn't.
sound checking and stuff. And the whiskey kept being like, "No, it's fine. Keep working. It's
Oh.
fine." And then finally they closed, and we all packed up. And
Yeah, one of the
got
sound
out.
guys was like, "My house is in the valley where the fire is right now." We're like, "Go home, man! Like, go get
Yeah.
your stuff
Oh,
or get
God.
out." Like, I don't know. So.
The whiskey's cool. I mean, it's still historic, you know? The Rainbow, the Viper Room, like just walking up and down that strip, you can tell they are stuck in the 80s. Like it is still, it feels like walking back into the 80s. It's really special. I don't feel like a lot of them have the same, like pull that they used to
Okay.
because it's mostly cover bands. It's mostly, it's really trying to give a place for smaller artists to thrive, but you have to have $600 to $2,000
Right.
That-
very often to play
That's
there
the
unless
big-
you
Which,
get
like,
invited by another band.
We would not
Okay.
mind that price tag of playing at a place like the Whiskey, especially if we're playing with some other big name bands. The one thing that's always been just like that kind of sucks, man. Like we wish that this was the one thing that was different about that venue is that the whole downstairs is like just the back seating area. It's like little private like reserved seats and then the floor. And then upstairs is where all the merch stuff goes. And if you're like, last on the list, like if you're the opener, like we are sometimes there, our merch gets stuck to the very, very back of this. So you have to walk through table after table, person after person. And then you're like, finally like, oh, who's these guys? I've not seen this
Right.
all
They
night
reserve
long.
Right.
tables
Yeah.
too, and they put people at them. So there will be people sitting at a reserved table, like in front of your merch booth.
Yeah, so it's like,
Oh.
It's been a long time since we've played there because the
Right.
last time we did, we got invited back by Hinder, and that was really cool. But if you don't get invited, if you don't, if you're just looking to play there, they'll send you these emails and they'll be like, "Hey, you want to play a show? It's only $700 to play like the opening slot at 7 p.m." And so it's
It's like any other tour, like, we make our money, like, basically we break even selling merch,
Right.
getting our gas money to the next town. And same thing if we're going to, even from Phoenix to LA, we're spending money on, food, gas, and then a place to stay out there. And it's like, if we don't at least sell something in merch, it just really makes it hard to justify
Right.
playing that,
Right.
How is it? Well, so you bring up a good point. How is it? You guys are on a pretty big tour right now. How do you afford to do that? I mean, you've had a number of stops, and I mean, do you guys have jobs that you work and you play, or do you just play, or how's the
Half and
finance?
half. Some of us have some day jobs, and the other half of us like kind of work. Like I do all the t-shirt printing and stuff like that for the band, and that's kind of like my main side gig.
Yeah.
I've been trying to branch out and do more stuff. I even offered, doing some shirts for you guys here soon. I'm just trying to turn that into a more business venture for myself in my spare time. Blake manages social media for other people. We used to do a lot more of it with.
I used to do more of it. I don't do quite as much of it now, but we have a studio back home in Nashville. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to come record and give me some more money. Yeah, well, we do. We have a really nice studio back at home, and we're trying to get more people in there to make a little bit extra income while we're not doing anything. We play in a cover band.
Yes, we do.
That I said I was sick of cover bands a while ago. I like them again.
Yeah, well, they pay the bills. They,
Yeah,
and,
we
And it pays
understand.
bills,
We
and-
understand.
especially somewhere like Nashville. You
yeah,
know?
and
Yeah.
you have, and I mean, we do work for cover bands too. It's live
Yeah.
music, and it's great. And there's many amazing musicians
Yeah.
that you get to work with, and this is passion.
Yeah.
You know, the original. That's why we, you know, our stuff. We're focused on original music. I don't have any issues with cover bands or covers, and you guys have played a cover tonight, which was amazing. And we don't like. I know some places that we've gone before are like strictly you can't do any covers, and it's like, no, you have to allow the arrangement for like some bands have these unique, interesting ways of reinventing a song and like making it their own. And
we really reinvented giving up, right, guys?
That's where my brain
We
went.
went
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, but that's part of it, and part of it also is it gets people's attention, and
Yep.
and was that your experience with some of the covers you did?
Oh yeah.
Giving Up is the one that people still talk about. It's they're like, man, your cover of Giving Up. It's definitely,
awesome.
Yeah.
That was a very strategic move. I think that, like, we were gonna play a show at the Marquee Theater in Phoenix, and it was to open up for In the End, which is a Linkin Park cover band, a tribute band.
We're supposed to do it with them.
Yeah, and we were trying to get a hold of them before the show and be like, hey, can we do this song with you guys? Because we knew they were gonna play "Giving Up" because it's like one of their like big songs, especially like everyone refers to that because Chester is an amazing vocalist, and that's like the song where he shows off like a whole lot with that scream in the middle, and so. Before that show came up, we were like, let's do something and let's get some attention on us to kind of promote the show. Like, let's get our fans to come out to this show and basically show this bigger touring band, even though they're a tribute band, they're much bigger than us, that like we have the chops and we can sell tickets and all that stuff. So we, very strategically were like, let's do this, let's release this before the show, see what happens. And sure enough, like it's our most streamed song on Spotify right now, and it's a cover. So it's like, it was amazing, and it got a lot of attention on us. And I will never ever knock how like that is an amazing song to have in the set, no matter what, because people would be like, oh yeah, they sound kind of cool or whatever. Then the moment that song happens and the moment that scream happens during a set, all the heads in the room start looking towards the stage, and then they pay attention to the rest of the set.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
okay,
There's been a lot of moments that we were specifically last year when we were on tour,
yeah.
where people would be, everybody that would come to see another band, the full room would clear out, and we'd get on stage and we'd set all our stuff up and we'd start playing, and they'd still be outside talking and smoking a cigarette,
Right.
and 2 songs go by, and then we'd play Giving Up, and then everybody,
Yep.
and then they're just in there for the rest of the
Yeah,
set,
that's,
and so they love the other stuff too, but it's like
Right.
that's what.
drag
It's working.
yeah,
It's working.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes people pay attention, and that's enough. It's
Yeah.
like it's an amazing song. I also listened to Linkin Park quite a lot growing up, and so like I think everyone just heard them on the radio a ton in the past 25 years. So it's like everyone knows it, and everyone's gonna be familiar with that type of style of music. So
Yeah.
it was a no-brainer.
But yeah, to answer your question, I mean, we're very fortunate to get the, little bit of income we do from music, so that we get to keep doing it. But we definitely, have some other stuff that we do on the side so
Right.
that we can
Sure.
eat
So-
when we're home.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves ramen, but
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we've moving out to Nashville and everything, we've really got to budget and pinch our pennies for sure. It's it's all got a cost to it. Some sacrifices have to be made for sure. Like when we're on tour, we don't eat super duper well. We eat what we can, and
We don't
kinda-
feed Jonathan unless you buy a t-shirt.
That's the running bit, I guess.
so once again, thank you, Olive Garden.
yeah, thank you guys so
All
much.
merch,
Unlimited
Jonathan. We're not
breadsticks.
selling any merch tonight, so even I'm gonna eat.
Well, Jonathan was at a crossroads. He told me earlier he was at a crossroads between drumsticks and breadsticks.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah, can't keep eating drumsticks. Those are expensive.
So yeah, the '80s. We do a lot of sound for an '80s cover part. They bill themselves as an '80s party band. It's and their name is Sunset Strip. So it kind of fits with your whole theme. The headliner that we have tomorrow night is a band called American Jet Set, and much like you, They are from one place and play in another. So they're originally from DC and they play in LA.
Okay.
And they're very, at least to me, they feel very like if the 80s were reimagined, what it would sound like today.
That's cool.
Like updated. 80s.
Updated, yes, reimagined.
They played Whiskey last night.
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them on a couple whiskey
Yeah.
flyers in the past.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a big old drive, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a drive
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
playing last night, and they're gonna play. They're gonna play
Yeah,
here
they're,
tomorrow.
they're flying in.
They're
Oh,
flying in,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
good.
better than
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, you reminded me since you were talking about that. It sounds like maybe you guys have some affinity for the 80s and
Love the
Oh,
80s.
yeah.
yeah.
The 80s is
I think
what
in different
I grew up
ways.
on. What's that?
I think in different ways, too. Different genres. 'Cause-
Yeah, I love 80s pop. I love hair metal. I like some 80s rap too, but it's like 80s made the building blocks for all of the music I love today, and all of the modern music that I love today. You know, I love bands like Emerosa and the Home Team, and Mariana's Trench and Asking Alexandria and Atreyu.
Tracy.
You know, metalcore, anything metalcore, anything like retro pop. That's because of the 80s. It's because of thrash metal and hair metal and you know all that.
I'm curious, does
So-
Jonathan have a favorite 80s band? Because I don't know if I ever...
I don't know if
It's
I can
George
list.
Michael's.
Shut up. I don't know if I can list a favorite, but I will always say that I actually like Megadeth more than Metallica.
Yeah!
Don't hate me. Say whatever you want about me.
Opinion.
I know Blake doesn't like that opinion, but I love Rest in Peace. And,
Same. Yes.
I actually recently, or well,
You feel that way too.
I covered. What song did I covered? Tornado of Souls, and I'm actually going to pair up with Rob from. Well, he was part of Avarice, but
Okay. What was he
nothing.
doing?
he's doing the guitar.
Oh, okay.
I haven't. I still have to edit it, but that's gonna.
You haven't told him yet?
No, he's alre't. I mean, we've recorded it. I just got to put it out.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm excited for that. If he wants some
Me too.
vocals, bud.
I won't say no to that.
Hello, me. It's me again. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Megadeth a lot, and specifically Rest in Peace. It's a great album.
Euthanasia's a great album.
Yeah.
Captain Extinction.
It's funny when we do go work sound for Sunset Strip, and I'm all like, because I was very mainstream. I'm all like Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Poison, and I'm like singing all the words, and Harry doesn't know all the words because he was more Rush and Pink Floyd,
Yes.
The Cars, Queen.
Yeah,
See,
well,
I'm two sides of my coin is
Yeah.
prog stuff, and then
Yeah.
like Depeche Mode and Tears for Fears,
Yeah.
Men at Work, all that kind of stuff. I love that.
Rush and Pink Floyd were the first two concerts that I saw.
That's cool.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
So that was high school for me. I afforded going to those concerts. I don't know if you guys are old enough to. I'm going to go into grandpa mode here for a second. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember that you used to get tickets. You'd have to go to a place that had like a Ticketmaster had a counter that you had to go to. Yeah. But I see some hands back there that. So me and three friends, we stood in line. It was at one of the sporting goods stores. You could buy only 4 tickets, and so we each bought 4 tickets, and then we scalped them to our friends so that we could afford to go to the concert and buy a shirt.
Cool.
And that's how I got to go, because otherwise there's no way in hell I was going to be able to go.
Can I ask which era of both bands you saw? Like which album was that?
So for Pink Floyd, they still had the flying pig that came
Okay.
down,
So it was
but
Animals.
it was actually after Animals. It was I cannot remember what.
Was that Division Bell maybe?
I may have been, because it was 86.
You graduated
Yeah.
in '88.
Would have been
Do they
85
still have
or 80.
Roger?
I think so, 85 or 86.
That's cool.
And then Rush was not 2112.
Moving Pictures.
I can't remember right now.
He is a term.
Yeah, I do for something.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
It
but
was a while.
it was a minute ago.
Well, incredible
Yeah,
first two
I know.
concerts to go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Holy
so that was great.
But that was his first. Well, it actually wasn't your first entrepreneur because he lived in he was not affluent, but he lived in an affluent area, so it worked well to charge the rich kids or scope tickets to the rich
Yeah.
kids, you know?
That's awesome.
Cutting
Yeah,
deals.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've been selling tickets for a long time. You could say, in a
That's
way.
awesome.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so now I'm gonna come back to this. So tell me about the venue from hell. I heard you going down this path of
There's two.
yeah.
There's, honestly, I feel like there's been a lot of venues I've experienced, at least, with just the worst kinds of stairs. And, I play drums, so I
Uh-huh.
have the
Right.
fun job of carrying like 50 different things.
And they don't have cabinets.
Yeah,
Not
just
anymore.
that, the
It's
fridge.
because of all those
when
stairs
we-
that we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because that first show at the attic, because the problem with those stairs is it wasn't just like one flight of stairs. It's like it goes up a little and then it turns a really tight corner and then up a big flight of stairs.
They're
And
steep. Like,
the
it's
time-
a long, steep.
It was two
stair.
turns.
Mhm.
It was like a U. It was like up,
You're right.
turn, up, turn.
It was, yeah. And
Yeah.
at the time we did have a big, because I think you still had like some sort of amp or cab because we
I
had the
had-
big like fridge thing.
I had a road case
Yeah.
with 2 amp heads
Mhm.
and
That's right.
an effects thing,
That's
and
right.
then another area where I stored all the cables, and then I had 2 cabinets, and I
That.
had like 6 guitars and a pedal board, and all that stuff.
before
and
they
then
were using a
the-
click
our
and
bass rig
everything.
was
Yeah.
2 cabinets
Mhm.
and a bass head, and then we had the road case, but it wasn't this thing. It was this big stupid metal like studio case that had no handles, and we had to pick up by the bottom and carry.
Yeah.
Was that the old one that Bless the Fall had before?
That was my case.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
fridge.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, we took all that on tour, and all that was in our trailer was our lot. Like, we didn't have lights, we didn't have risers, we didn't have anything. We just had our live gear, and that filled the whole trailer. And now it's just lights.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drums.
And
Lights and
drums.
drums.
And drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we get to trade. Like, we don't have to set up. It looks cooler,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love the sound of amps. I always record with amps, but I will never understand the musician that wants to bring 3 amps on stage and is like, I need it to push my air or whatever.
Oh, so a funny story, true story. This band that we do sound for, that is the cover band. This last gig that we did sound for them, because we carry our PA, so it's the speakers and the sub and all the other stuff, and we have a place that's like this. It doesn't have a U-turn, but it's up 2 flights of stairs, and you got to carry everything. And cables are heavy, believe it or not. All those cables are fucking heavy.
And after you carry them for
Yeah.
2 flights of stairs,
Yeah.
anything's heavy. It's
Yeah,
like,
right,
oh,
Yeah.
true.
I'm sick of this.
So they had these. We come in and the venue owner is like, so how do your where are you going to put those? And we're pulling in the mains, and our mains are not huge, but it's like, where are you going to put those? I go, what do you mean? How do they go on top of the speakers that are there? What speakers? We're sitting there thinking, well, did they get somebody else or what's going on? We walk in. He's got these boxes, and they look like speakers. They're this deep,
Okay.
but they're like, it is a speaker face, so it looks like they've got it looks like they have a full stack on both sides, and I'm like cracking up, looking at it, going, oh wow,
Yeah.
Nice facade.
because the lead singer for their band is always talking about how he wants to have a big stack of of amps, and
Classic
it's like,
Marshalls all the
yeah,
wall.
and it's not about the volume; it's about the look, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so he got this for Warren, so that Warren could have the big stack of speaker-looking things behind him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad look. I think that a lot of people forget, though, like, those, even back in the 80s and 90s when you did see all those, they weren't all filled with speakers, man.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way that they would put...
AC/DC's wall of speakers wasn't all stacks. Some of those were just empty cabs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We had another guy that he plays by himself, and had he had 2 stacks of speakers, and only one of them actually had a working.
Yeah.
Was working, so yeah.
It's like about the only time that I've ever been like, okay, I do like having that cab on stage is when there's like a... I'm gonna screw up the name, but it's like a bass cab that looks like it's like a
The
fridge.
Ampeg.
Yeah, it's like a 2x12 or something like
yeah.
It's
that.
an Ampeg like fridge thing.
4x12. I can't remember, but it's just like tall
8 by
and
10.
big, and they sound so mean, especially when they have the Gallagher Krugers, but it's like what
Ryan?
Justin Chancellor uses
Oh.
in Tool. He has like one of those, a smaller amp, and then he has two of those Kruger heads like split between them. It's like I like those a lot. But again, if you could have just a pedal and an out that does all of it for you, like what I mean,
It's pretty easy.
it makes things a lot easier if you're, especially if you're traveling. It's like you
If
have no
somebody
idea.
else does it, they can haul some cabs around if
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
really
I'm
easy-
doing that.
Yeah.
But we're doing everything ourselves. Like I think
Yeah.
that's a funny thing. Like anytime that we're playing like a headline show or anything like even on this tour, and everyone's like, "Oh man, it's so great to talk to you and everything." Like we take all this time like talking to the other bands and with fans and everything, and then we're like, "Well, we gotta go load up all of our
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah.
It's like we're not there yet where we got roadies, but every now and then a friend may come along and help. But it's like it's just whatever we can do, we will do. You know.
Well,
It's just
the-
nice to only take like 15 minutes to pack up.
Yeah.
For the most part, you know?
Well, it's easy for you to say.
Yeah, it's usually the drummer and it's usually the rhythm section, the drummer and the bass that carries everything. So actually a little unusual to see that you're the one who's got all the you're the nerd that has all
Yeah.
the tech cabinet and
Yeah, and I mean, not for nothing, but I try really hard to not fall. I don't think they've never given me shit about being typical vocalist. Like I'm like, I got my gear, guys. I'm just holding a microphone. Like
I did my
I try really
part.
hard to like hop out and grab anything heavy and just get it to where it needs to go, because it's like once it's all inside, connecting everything together and like setting up your stuff is not a big deal. But it's like the travel from the door of the trailer to on stage. It's like I'm here. I'm strong. I can do it. Like I'll gladly help
well,
these guys.
the best one because we also carry all this gear. The best one is, well, you can park right by the door, but there's a big giant puddle right outside the door.
It's just the splash.
One of my
pad.
favorites was when we were unloading. We pulled up with the RV, like right outside. It was in New York. We pulled up right outside the venue, but we had to park like 2 streets down. And we walked into the venue, and they acted like inconvenienced that we were there. For one. We showed up like an hour early, and he was like, "What? We're the headliner for the night." And he was like, "Okay." Like, okay, so where can we park? And it's like I said, it's New York, so it's just.
Yeah.
And he was like, out in the street? And we were like, yeah, but closer? Is there like designated parking for the venue? And he goes, you guys will figure it out, and closes the door.
Oh, wow.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna rant a little bit about this because it's like I get it. I know that there's a lot of people that work at like especially bar venues that are just like there to do their job, that they don't
Right.
want anything to do really. They're like, find the sound guy, you know what I mean? But like it will always boggle me that like we're here playing at your establishment, we're bringing people to come and buy your beer. Like why would you not at least be like, hey man, what's up? Like
Right.
here's the
Like,
person to talk to.
to you for letting us be here.
Right.
Can you be happy that we're here, please?
You're like, oh,
That is actually I'm so on the one hand I agree with your surprise, and on the other hand I totally understand because I've experienced exactly the same kind of thing with us putting on shows and everything. It's like, you want to do what?
Yeah.
No, well, can you just like because we do a lot of things in sports bars. Oh, could you? I know we said you're going to start at 7, but can we start at like 8:30 because like the game is on yeah, it's a thing, and
I totally get that. I'm sure that whenever booking stuff like this happens, if it's a music venue, it's
Yeah.
a totally different
Oh, totally,
ballgame.
yeah.
But if it's a bar, like the last time that they thought about what's happening this night, that you're walking in and being like, hey, where do I put my stuff? The last time they probably heard any kind of information about this was like when you last emailed about it.
right.
So I get that, but for the love of God, like it's not like you guys just didn't have anything going on the last
Right.
few days here. Like what's going on?
Yeah, well, I mean that's a tough part, and I understand it. We try to like work it out because we want to bring a crowd in there too, like you said, to drink their beer, eat their food,
Yeah.
bring
a
their friends.
symbiotic
Yeah, it is. It
relationship.
should be,
That's-
and it should
That's
be.
really one of the things, is having a good promoter and a good
Yeah.
promotion team, a good booker, just any kind of middleman, that helped organize the show.
Right.
And I feel like that's where a lot of venues kind of lack, is a lot of the times when we book tours, there's like 2 different interactions that we have when we go into a venue. The first one is we go inside and we go, how's it going? And there's somebody that knows we're going to show up and helps us navigate the whole thing. And the second one is when we show up and they go, who are you? Go over there, put your stuff in the corner. You know what I mean? And like nobody knows what's going on. And it's like, is there anybody we can talk to? And they're like, well, the sound guy works at the camera store across the street.
So what's the mix between people? What's the mix of times that you go and someone knows what's going on?
I would say it's about half and half.
It's half.
Okay.
And we're always, it's always when, it always surprises us because we've had like 5 dates in a row. We've had 5 days in a row where it's like everything goes really well and we're like, hell yeah, this is an awesome tour. And then we get to the 6th venue and somebody's like, we don't even have a band scheduled tonight or something.
Right.
We got a 4-channel mixer. Is that cool? You guys run sound for
You
yourselves?
guys are bringing a PA, right?
You guys don't have a sound guy? What's a sound guy? And they'll be like, well, we only got this one like speaker in the back. Is that going to be cool with everything? We're like, yeah, man, sure, whatever. Like, well, you just make it work. Like, we've ran sound for ourselves at a few venues. Like, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but in Oklahoma, there was one where we did that ourselves, and that was rough. Like, we walked in and we saw the speaker setup, and we were like, okay, do they have bands like us here all the time? Because, like, we weren't the ones that booked the shows, friends of ours, but they were also a rock band with, like, lights and all this stuff.
Right.
And so, like, we figured that had all been hashed out in some way or another,
Right.
but they were like, oh, you guys aren't, like, acoustic guitar and a stomp box? No. Like, well, oh well.
I guess I won't talk shit about anybody. But there was a venue that we played where we showed up and there was one employee. He was the sound guy and the bartender for the whole night.
Awesome.
And this wasn't like a slow night. Like, he was overwhelmed within like 5 minutes of the doors.
A little more monitor in your vodka?
Yeah. And so we show up and he's like, we had a lot bigger crew with us. And our driver and tour manager, he was like, hey, can you have some of your people work the door for us? It's like, what? And he's like, yeah, can you guys work the door and then like handle this and this? And was like trying to recruit us to like, help run the
And
venue
you know
for
what?
the night.
Ev is awesome because he did it. He did run
he was
the
a good
door that
sport.
night. He
He
was
did.
so cool about it. But it's like,
He was like, yeah, whatever, dude.
I don't know how long the guy had been running it because it honestly felt like it was kind of newish or something. But it's like he didn't have any employees to help him out. And I was like, you're doing this all by yourself.
Oh, no.
And
He
he
was
didn't
the.
seem
He
like
was
an
a
owner
one-man
either.
man.
He seemed like an employee that just got thrown on the schedule.
Oh, I think he was the smartest guy in the room. That reminds me of the joke of the guy who talks to a hooker and says they have their negotiation conversation, whatever it is, and he says how much, and she says $200. What do I get for $200? For $200 you get anything, and he says paint my house.
Yes.
So I think he was the smartest guy in the room. He got
true.
all you guys to work
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah, true. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna run the bar. You guys figure it out.
It was a fun show, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
I guess.
So what was the best, worst, most memorable experience that you guys have had, either on tour or just playing? And
There's a lot of those.
Take it away, boys.
We've had a lot of great ones. A lot of interesting ones.
Yeah, I don't want to like run too much through the mud, but like I don't know, when I think like one of the worst or just craziest experiences we've had must have been Oklahoma last year.
Oh God, I missed that.
I'm surprised you do. I mean, it wasn't all bad. I missed the hot dog guy because he
I
kept us
missed the hot
fed.
dog guy too.
He kept us fed
He took
all
like
weekend.
3 years off my life.
Yeah.
I love him.
He made some really good hot dogs, and that was like the only
A
food
day.
available. But yeah, it was like out in the campgrounds where it was just like all grass and stuff.
It was like a
and,
3-day festival.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
festival, and it rained the second day so hard. It rained out our we couldn't play the second day. We were supposed to play all 3 days, and it rained out our set. But then because of the rain, it got really muddy, and
Right.
our RV got stuck in the mud.
3 times.
Oh,
Three
nice.
times.
We had to be
And our generator broke.
and our
every day.
generator broke.
Yeah.
So I guess come to think of it, most of the bad things happening wasn't even like no one's fault. It was just a really
Weather.
bad set of circumstances.
Yeah, that was rough. That was not fun, especially the very end where the guy sped past us. Like his tires, his tires were in the mud.
That guy.
Like his back tires were like wedged in the mud. He was very drunk.
We were
And
loading our
we were
gear
loading-
on an open trailer.
Yeah, it was like a bus that they cut the top off of. It was
Right.
like the trolley to get to and from like the campsites to
Right.
the actual stage.
Right.
We're loading all of our stuff up onto this bus, and we're almost done. We're like looking for one person left in the band. We're like, "Hey, come on, we gotta get out of here!" And then this dude pulls up in his like old S10 and just was like, "What? I can't hear you!" Brrr, and just like flings mud all over. and
So much
stuff. And we're like,
freaking
There are still pieces of gear that we have that have mud from that festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
we were
Damn it,
enraged
Cletus.
by that.
If
But,
you're
like,
that guy, I still hate you.
Yeah, I've never heard these guys more angry.
Oh
like
my
that
goodness.
was
well, we spent like the next hour washing everything
yeah,
off
like
at
a
the
good
garden
hour and a half
house.
to
Like,
2
oh my
hours.
God.
Clean.
my
That was
goodness, I wouldn't have heard
miserable.
that, man.
That was
interesting.
miserable.
But I mean, regardless of that, it was like our first like festival experience, and it was interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
Fun times were had,
Aside from the
but
frustration, it was genuinely like I love festivals and just like camping and being outside and just goofing around, and
I would do it again if they
Yeah.
covered the entire play area, and maybe they planned it on a weekend where they knew there wasn't going to be any kind of
I would
which
do
is
it
hard to
if there
do.
was
But
if there was better weather and better planning.
yeah.
Hey, I apologize for the weather. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
At
You
least,
guys,
at least
at least
it's
you're used
inside.
to it. Well, and you guys are used to it from Phoenix.
Oh,
so
we're used to the hot
yeah.
and the humid. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
And like
nothing.
honestly, rain doesn't bother us one bit. I think it's just like if we have an RV, if we can't get to and from a load-in area, then it's like
Yeah.
it just becomes a hard time regardless. But
Yeah.
as far as a best show goes, I think it's a toss-up. I think because pretty much every show that we've played at the Marquee in Phoenix has been like a tremendous, like just opportunity to be a part of like a show like that. I
Every
mean,
show that we played in Wisconsin,
Oh.
I don't remember Wisconsin. What happened in Wisconsin?
Sheboygan,
Sheboygan was the only one. I think.
Sheboygan?
and Milwaukee.
I remember Milwaukee.
Milwaukee was Cream City.
That was crazy.
Oh, that was a rough one because the stage was like it was like
It was
2 by
tiny.
4.
It was a little underground. Like the whole building was probably a little bigger than this room.
I didn't go to
Mhm.
It
Cream
was a
City with
dive
you
bar,
guys.
but it was
Okay.
full. The
Okay.
whole bar was like packed.
Yeah.
You guys
It
got
was
to
really
go to Cream City. I sat
We
back
did.
and watched an Adam Sandler movie on the TV.
Yeah.
But
Well, Cream City's
so
pretty
yeah, but I mean those were
We got
great.
frisked at an Alfredo place.
As far as like
Frisk.
I don't know.
Had it down.
Okay.
I would say my experience as like best show would definitely be those marquee shows, just because it was the biggest crowd we'd ever played to
Mhm.
by far, and I don't know, it was just interesting to test the waters. Like Phoenix was like our home base since we started playing live, and playing a show like that at the Marquee was like 2,500 cap venue, and to see that place almost filled to the back was like incredible. Like we never thought we could play a show like that, and the fact that we sold like upwards of 160 tickets for one of those shows, I was like, holy
Mhm.
shit! Like we're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Like
and the
something's
merch
happening.
sales.
Kind of what's the word, like I don't know, not justified. What was it like? It just kind of like
Rewarding.
it just made us feel like we were doing something right. I guess,
Right.
You know,
Right.
It
something
was validating.
validating. That's what I was looking for. It was very nice.
One of my favorite shows was the first show of this tour.
That was really fun.
At the
Show at
Rebel
the Rebel.
or the...
The Rebel, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rebel
both.
was nice.
Pine Top and the
Pine Top
Rebel.
was surprisingly, like, I really enjoyed that show.
People
Yeah.
got down at Pine Top. That was cool.
They did. But yeah, the Rebel was amazing. We, with the help of all of the other fantastic bands in Vale, and it all was almost sold out. And we did a really cool VIP thing before, and it was like our first. We set a goal like 2 years ago to do a headlining show at this venue called the Rebel Lounge, which is like a 250 capacity venue. And we finally did it, and it everything just went good. Like,
Yeah.
there was no point at any night in the show, aside from me losing my computer for 3 days after the show. There was no point at any time that night that something was like, oh, of course this happened.
Yeah.
Right.
It was all just really smooth and
Yeah.
really wonderful.
Yeah, it's like, some of those shows at the Marquee, like, it's just, there's a lot more gear going on, and with all, like, every time that we do a new, like, tour, or we're about to play a big show, we always, like, try to do something different with either the lights, or we, like, do a new song or a new, like, setup for something, and it's,
Yeah.
like, it's just the anxiety of, like, what could go wrong this time is always there.
Right.
Big shows don't
But-
always feel like a show to me either, because we have crew, we have, it's just like we get our stuff in, we sit down, we play,
Mhm.
we meet people, and then it's over. It
Yeah.
feels like it all goes by so fast, and
Right.
it's just like you play for a minute and then you're off stage. And then
Right.
it's-
Yeah,
You know,
all the anxiety
everything just-
building up.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of like, oh, I
Yeah.
wonder why I was so worried about everything because it
Mm.
just
Yeah.
it goes by so quickly. You're just like, okay, well that was fun.
And
Yeah.
then you're off
Yeah.
to the next city.
It's
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
it's the clubs and like 500 to 200 capacity places that you kind of get to just sit back and like enjoy the night for a little while. Those are the places that I love the most because it's. I'm sure I'll love the bigger venues once
Mhm.
you know it's more like planned and there's more of a crew
Mhm.
and all of that. I still love playing them, but
Mhm.
yeah, the ones I love the most are the a little bit smaller ones where you get some time to breathe and
Right.
talk to people.
Yeah. That's cool.
What's up, Grogu?
So,
You could have been asleep this whole time. I would have.
He has been.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being here today. Where can people find your music and find you and all of that good stuff?
everywhere.
Well, we're on all social medias. We're on all streaming platforms at
What-
Arsenic Kitchen. And if you want to check out where our next show is going to be, it's arsenickitchen.com/shows. Yeah, come to a
Well,
show.
rocking the Summerfest because that's where the next show's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come both days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here and talking with us tonight, and thanks for guys in the audience for hanging out and
Yeah.
watching the band. We appreciate you guys. Really grateful you're here.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having us.
having
guys.
us.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. That's your cue. This is usually the point in the show where he tells